Okay, this video I think is due to be made. I was going to do it while I was driving, but I was actually on a phone with another brother advising him on certain things. He's probably going to be watching it later. I actually shared the link and he might even join the group. But anyway, the point is so look, let's talk about today. Let's talk about what's going on in the market. Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin just all of a sudden pumps and goes and takes position number 5, $67 billion traded by volume in the last 24 hours compared to Bitcoin's 84 billion, right? So it's not far off. It's about what? About 8-9 billion away from what thing. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, is it healthy for the market? And I've advised a few people on the group. I said, actually, it's not. It's very dangerous because you've got to understand what Doge is. Yes, it's a meme coin. That's pretty much what basically everybody says. But what you have to understand, it's got infinite supply. There's no cap to the supply, right? So when you've got something with infinite supply, you can have infinite amounts. Someone somewhere is manipulating the system, and that's what's dangerous about it. So if you don't understand it, you are going to get burned. So as far as I know, there's two people who own, I believe, 38 or 48% of all Doge in existence. We don't know who they are, but those are two wallets. Now, according to other data, other metrics, people have been tracking wallets, and they said that only a handful of wallets actually own pretty much all 90% of Doge. So I've mentioned this, how dangerous it is, because retail are going to FOMO in, because it's cheap, it's fun, and this and that, TikTok, whatever, right? You know, Twitter pumps and this and that. Retail are going to come in, and they're going to be left with bags, because that's what's going to happen. Whoever is investing money, I mean, we talk about 67 billion. How many Tom, Dick, and Harry has that kind of money, right? So someone's manipulating it with big money, and a lot of people are going to get burned. They're going to get hurt, and you know, their faith in crypto and the sentiment in crypto is going to change. It's very dangerous for the market. This is not healthy at all. So I just wanted to kind of mention this. Of course, it looked good. A lot of people started dumping their coins and started going to Doge. But you got to really understand what it is. This is one of the reasons why I've said that even if Doge goes to £1 or $1, I'm still not going to touch it. I don't care, because it's infinite supply. So why would I touch it? That's Doge, right? I just want to leave that Doge part there. You know, it's just a warning. Guys, understand, is you got to see the bigger picture, right? It's got no intrinsic value. It's got no use. Someone's even mentioned, like, some guys are pumping it like Coinbase. Oh, list it. Coinbase will probably list it, right? If Coinbase can make a little bit of money. And what I mean by that, if Coinbase has a big chunk in it, of course Coinbase is going to list it so they can offload it to the public. I mean, what, they got currently, what, 56 million users on their platform. So imagine they just buy a whole bunch of them and just dump it, all the profits they've made from the stocks recently, right? They take half of that, they dump it on you, you're gone, right? That's what's going to happen. The big elites are going to always make money out of you. So you, as a retail investor, you're coming in with 50 quid, 100 quid, 1,000 quid, 10,000 quid, whatever you want to say, right? I mean, you got more to lose. Right? A billionaire hasn't got anything to lose, right? That's what it is. You got to understand. You're pumping it up for him in order for him to offload it onto you. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that one, because it's pretty mental. It's pretty mental what's happening, and it's not healthy at all. The other news somebody actually talked about was Turkey and the Turkish ban. See, the problem is with news headlines, unless you've got a lovely headline, it's not going to sell. So, you know, they kind of blow it out of proportion. Let me tell you what's happening exactly. And as soon as I saw it, because, you know, I have loads of data feeds. So all these news actually, I see them at a glance and I can tell you exactly what's happening. So like India ban, China ban, this ban. Well, look at this. India has, I think it's 1.3 billion people. India bans it. Did it bother crypto? No. China, similar amount of people, 1.3 or 4 billion people. Did it affect the crypto? No. Governments can go ahead and ban whatever, and it doesn't affect crypto. No one really gives a damn about it because you can't control something. So how can you ban it? What you can do, and I've mentioned it on a recent tweet recently regarding the American news, right? Where, you know, oh, this guy is coming in, the SEC, the new guy, and he's going to do this and this. And I was like, well, so what does it? Why does anybody in crypto care about it? The thing is, people in crypto don't care about it. It's the people who are who have no knowledge, who don't want to understand crypto. They just go in because of the sake of it or whatever, or for a quick gain or something. They're not real crypto people, right? So that's what's happening. Those guys are worried, right? Institutions and this and that. That's what they're worried, right? It's not us. The crypto guys, crypto lovers, crypto believers, it's a whole different story. So Turkey comes along and recently says, oh, we're going to do a ban. Well, what did they ban? They didn't ban crypto. They actually did. They said it in a statement that they're not banning crypto because they can't ban crypto. Had you banned crypto, what they said was basically because crypto is not regulated, it's not insured, it's not this, that, whatever, payment service providers are not allowed to accept crypto for payment. That's all they said. So it's to protect the retail, right? That's all it was. They never banned crypto. So why is everyone kind of blowing it up out of proportion for? The fact is completely different, you know, and they admit it. They can't stop it because they know the bigger boys have tried it. I mean, what's Turkey compared to China or India? Nothing, all right, population-wise, nothing. And how much crypto do they actually even buy and sell? Nothing compared to those boys, right? So they're not gonna, that doesn't affect anything. But again, as I said, the news, a lot of people see it and just kind of blow it out of proportion. So that's something you got to understand. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't want to really say anything. And I think there's a lot of a lot of people now having this FOMO. A lot of retail are starting to come in. So remember I said to you before, the retail didn't come in. A retail are coming in, and I've seen a lot of coins like BCH, this, that, whatever. And trust me, I'm mentioning these coins. There's no fundamental value to them. But what's happening is a lot of the people who are coming in retail right now, and this is evidence that retail is coming in. The little coins, they're buying those. That's 100% evidence retail is coming in. Last year, retail didn't come in. It was institutions and big boys out there, right? Even in the beginning of this year, it was institutions and big boys out there. But now, what we're seeing is how these small coins, right, that don't move much, don't do anything, don't have anything, the second best, let's call it the second best, right? We see how the second best is pumping. So when you see that, it's a clear indication retail is coming. Of course, the news will break out soon, how retail are coming in. But again, if the retail comes in too fast, it's going to go parabolic, and we don't want that, right? Because you don't need $100 billion to pump the market. Understand where I'm coming from? You don't need $100 billion to pump the market. All you need is, say, 1 million people pumping in $10 each on the chain. If they pump it on the chain, of course, the market's going to go parabolic. That's where the key is. You have to understand, it's not one individual. It's got to be multiple transactions on the blockchain in order for it to trigger. And that's what's happening. Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and all sorts of other coins, right? Pumping because people are buying small chunks or whatever they can afford, right? That's what's happening. So you can tell this is clearly retail. So that's what's happening. Now, I am going to release a video very soon. So this is in respect to the brother who called me today. I was going to send it to him in a private thing, but I think I can send it to everybody. I will send you, I'm going to do a video on some coins, basically, hold. So these are not coins for now, right? If you pick them up now and just sit on them for until 2024, 2025, they could see potential gain. So I'm going to make a nice little list. And I'll put it in the list, basically, what I think. And the guy specifically talked about, like, you know, a few penny coins. And of course, there's plenty of penny coins. And you know, I don't talk about these stuff, right? But there are some coins with good potential. So regardless, whether it's going to be penny or pound or dollar, whatever, right? Whatever price range, I'll put a nice little variation of like kind of like 10, 15 coins in there. And I'll say, right, this is what it is, right? So you do you, I do me, right? End of the day, I'm not going to do it as a financial advice, but it's just going to be a list of coins. I'll do that video and we'll talk about some stuff, fundamentals about those coins and why I believe they might actually go to where they will. Some of them coins may be pairs, so they may be kind of the same coin, but with two slightly different use cases for the two sets of coin by the same company. So I'm going to make a video like this and I'll put something out. But remember, news, they're there to sell news. They can't sell if the headline's not impactful. So that's what they're doing. A lot of the time, half of these guys, I mean, they might be reporters who write specifically only about crypto, but doesn't mean they're knowledgeable. They're just basically getting whatever's fed. Also, on news articles, I want you to see something else as well. You know, whenever they write a news article, look on the bottom of it. A lot of the time, it will turn around and say sponsored. So whenever you see a sponsored video, be careful what you see. Sorry, sponsored video or sponsored article, right, on a newspaper, be careful because that's been paid for. right? Some of the news companies, they do actually disclose that. It's a sponsored article. So be very careful what you read. But look, as I said, Turkey didn't ban anything. Turkey just said you can't use it for payments. Because the thing is you've got companies like Expedia who accept cryptocurrency for booking holidays. You've got companies like, well, in Turkey specifically, there's a company called Royal Auto or Royal Cars. And now they import Rolls-Royce and Lotus and whatnot, right? And they accept crypto, right? So people can buy whatever cars with crypto. And the government's turned around and goes, well, what's the rules against it? What are the guidelines, right? What kind of rules have you as a payment service provider or as a company accepting it? What kind of rules do you have around this? So that's all they want to know, nothing else, right? So again, the FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt kicks in because of stupid media, right? Which we all like to call fake media. Because the real news is something else. So for me, what I would turn around, and I always say this, focus on the market cap, how much the market cap is, focus on that. Focus on the volume. I mean, in fact, today was the record-breaking volume. And all we had in the news was Turkish ban, Dogecoin pumping 200%. The biggest news today was actually we had close to 300 billion volume on the market cap. That's the biggest news. That's record. Once upon a time, the whole market cap was 300 billion. So, these are the numbers you got to look at. Also on the dominance, keep an eye on the dominance. So Bitcoin has dropped to, I think it's about 52% dominance. Ethereum has also been dropping. So also look at those numbers. So Ethereum, yesterday, I think, or today, Ethereum is actually in BTC value worth a little bit more, but Ethereum is suffering a little bit in the dominance because other altcoins are taking the dominance, and the biggest culprit here is Dogecoin, because a lot of volume ended up going into Dogecoin, and that's what's been kind of kicking off everything. So all I'm going to say is, look, Dogecoin, if you've bought it years ago, you're laughing, right? A lot of people, I know someone who's bought it like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. He's made a shit ton of money. Excuse my language, but that's what it is, right? Because he just recently sold it. If you haven't been in it from back in the days, don't FOMO. Just be careful. That's what I'm saying, right? Of course, it might go to $1. By all means, right? If any coin can pump, why shouldn't Doge pump? It's a crypto after all, right? But like people with fundamental investment who understand certain things is like, okay, does this coin have a future? Is there a value? Is there an intrinsic value to it? How does it work? And this and that. Those guys are different, right? I'll give you a good one, like Max Kaiser. I don't know if you know about him. He does the Orange Pill podcast, right? Number one is really good. He's been like he's a Bitcoin maximalist way from the beginning, right? Very vocal, outspoken person, Max Kaiser. And he's a Bitcoin bull, right? But if you talk to him about Ethereum, Doge, Binance Coin, this and that, do you know what he would turn around and say? He will give you a very simple answer. He would say every altcoin was created to take your Bitcoin, full stop. And that's exactly what's happening. With Dogecoin, from the data that I have, right, the data I can confirm, right? So there's about, well, confirm as in the number I can't get, I think it's 38% or 48% owned by two people. Two people own 38 or 48% of all Doge, right? What do you think they're going to be putting it into? So imagine they bought it with a few dollars or a few USDT back in the days, right? Whatever it be worth, 10K, 20K, 100K, million, doesn't matter. Point is, if it's pumping and it's worth a lot more in BTC against BTC, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to take your Bitcoin, because everybody wants your Bitcoin. Right? Expedia wants your Bitcoin. Tesla wants your Bitcoin. Microsoft wants your Bitcoin. Apple wants your Bitcoin. Right? Trust me, a lot of people, they just want your Bitcoin. They're not after anything else. Because if they wanted your Doge, they would have said, oh, well, okay, we'll accept Doge for your payment. Maybe in the future one day, but the point is they're not asking for your Doge. They want your Bitcoin. So I hope this kind of makes sense what's going on here. Just be careful. Listen, guys, just be careful. And I also mentioned recently in one of my videos that I believe the bull cycle has stopped, and I still think it has. Well, I don't think we're in a cycle anymore. I think right now we're seeing a accumulation phase for Bitcoin. And right now, I believe that a lot of these big boys, big investors, right? You know, I'm talking about not your $100, $200, $10, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, even 100K. I'm talking about the guys who are investing millions. Those guys, they need to make as much profit as possible. And now everybody knows this, and I've mentioned this many times. Altcoins are there to make money. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to make a lot of money in this altcoin. And this could potentially become an altcoin season. I mean, Bitcoin's what, 2% away from dropping. So if Bitcoin goes to around 49%, boom, it's altcoin season. That's officially an altcoin season. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to make a shit ton of Bitcoin. And as soon as they make that, then we're going to see Bitcoin season again. I think that's when we're going to see the bull run continue, or a new bull run, basically, what I would like to call. Because I think in 2017, at the end of 2017, 2018, we had an end of a bull run, right? But then in 2019, or end of 2018, right, or beginning of 2019, either way you want to put it, we had a brand new bull run, right? That's what we had. We had another bull run. Nobody understood that. We actually had another bull run. So the 4-year cycle, technically, if you analyze the data, the 4-year cycle was broken back in 2018, right? So 2018, so up to 2017, right? So we had the 2011 bull run, we had the 2015 bull run, and then we had the 2017 bull run, right? I think 2013. 2011, 2013, 2017, yeah. So that the 2013 to 2017, we all assumed it was a 4-year cycle, and we based it on the 4-year halvening of Bitcoin, which is fine. It's not a problem. So we've noticed that after it halvens, we end up having a big pump and the price doubles. But things changed in 2019 because we had the dump, market collapse right to the rock bottom. And then 2019, beginning of 2019, we had a mini cycle. Everyone likes to call it a mini cycle, a cycle within a cycle. But actually, it was a bull run. And then 2020, we had a bull run, and it ended in January. Remember that big dump we had? I think that's when it ended, right? And now we're in another cycle. So I think we're we can theoretically say this, right? I can say this, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. We might be in a yearly bull cycle now. I think every year we might have a little bull cycle and then a nice little dump. And this is good because this stabilizes what's going on. So yes, of course, we're going to have the greater hyper cycle, right? The super cycle, 10-year cycle, we'll have that. We're probably even going to have a 20-year cycle, which is going to be a hyper cycle, right? But I think now we're going to see more because of all the institutions and all the money coming in. And everyone's trying to protect the assets, right? That's the whole thing. You've got to understand. I think a lot of these people are going to be starting to stabilize in such a way we're going to have yearly bull runs. So we're going to have a yearly market up and then a little bit down, then up again and continue that way. So I think that's what's going to happen in the market right now. I'm just putting it vocal out there. This is public. If you disagree, let me know. If you have any other data yourself, also let me know. Because I would love to have a debate on this, because I want to see people giving me evidence or justification to say what I've said is wrong, right? Because everything's pointing towards that. Because I'm not looking at current data, because too many people are fixated on what they see now. I'm looking at data from way back, right? I'm looking at data from 2016. I'm looking at data from 2017. My experience. So I'm not giving you anything before that. So I'm looking at data from 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021, doing a massive comparison on the data for those specific years that I've been in it. And that's what I see. So, every kind of a speculative kind of a chart analysis or whatever we could do, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, charts don't lie to you. Numbers don't lie to you. The Fibonacci's never lie to you, right? We ultimately hit those numbers, regardless when. So we are going to get to the targets that we have, that's for sure. But I think the cycle is what's been thing. So when I'm looking back and analyzing, non-stop analyzing it, I see this and I'm like, this is different. This is different, Yes, we're in a super cycle, yes, but I think we're more in a yearly cycle now than anything. So yeah, I'm not sure if you realize on one of my recent videos, I talked about how we might not see a 20-30% dump anymore. We might see a 10-15% dump, right? looks pretty normal. I think we could easily do that, because the thing is, you got the big fish out there. Big fish are now buying up Ethereum, Bitcoin, and all the top coins, right? They're buying up millions, billions of worth, and that's all they're interested in. They're not going to buy something just to lose money on it. You know, they're going to protect it. And remember another thing, these multi-billion-dollar companies, when they're buying crypto, they're only putting 5%, 6%, 10% of their total asset, right? So you think you're going to dump Bitcoin 50% and they're not going to put another 5% in there? Think again, because I know exactly what somebody would do if they understand trading. Because when a trader, so if you talk about markets, professional traders never trade everything, right? From their portfolio. Your trading portfolio will only trade a certain percentage. The rest of it's there for hedge, backup, right? I don't want to disclose too much, but that's how it works, right? You don't put everything in one basket. Neither do you go all in. Because this is what a lot of people have, this misconception that, oh, someone's gone all in. No, average Joe does. Not your not your institutions, or not a professional trader. They won't do that. And also institutions, talking about them, when they go to buy these and go to trade these, do you think they just go in and just do it on the blind? No. Let me tell you what they do. They hire analysts, they hire specialist people in the trade to do the data crunching and then go in for the trade. They don't just go in just like that. They don't do blind trades. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Only people who do blind trades would be somebody who's buying it personally. So even if a company director wants to buy it personally, he might just buy some personally. That's a different story. But when they're putting billion in, you know, a few 100 million in, it's a different story. So I won't make this any longer. I hope this is valuable to you. If you find value, please like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments below. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think, what your views are. And I'll catch you on another one. If you've got questions, let me know. Adios, amigos.